you so much for staying tuned to Prime TV2. Welcome to Africa in Perspective, your trusted source for in-depth coverage of, stories that are shaping the continent. And of course, my name is Rhoda Mlenga. Today, in a controversial vaccine halted in Guinea-Bissau, Ghana also seeks justice in an international cybercrime case, and Kenya warns against damaging banknotes in a new Valentine's trend. Malawi investigates a bizarre charcoal smuggling case, and South Africa reacts to the shocking killing of a driver. We begin in West Africa. A plan to test hepatitis B vaccine on thousands of newborn babies in Guinea-Bissau has been stopped after the World Health Organization described the study as unethical. The US-funded study had planned to give some babies the hepatitis B vaccine at birth, while others would wait until 6 weeks old. However, the World Health Organization raised concerns, stating that the birth dose vaccine has already been proven safe and effective. It has been used for more than 30 years in over 115 countries worldwide. The organization argued that delaying a life-saving vaccine for some newborn babies when its effectiveness is already established could expose babies to serious and permanent harm. The U.S. Health Department, led by Robert F. Kennedy Jr., supported the study, saying it aimed to examine broader health effects of the vaccine. Kennedy has previously questioned vaccine safety, though he maintains that he is not anti-vaccine, that his own children are vaccinated. In Guinea-Bissau, hepatitis B remains a major health concern. The World Health Organization says giving the vaccine at birth prevents transmission from mother to child in 70 to 95% of cases. If infected at birth, up to 90% of babies may carry the virus for life. Currently, babies in Guinea-Bissau receive the vaccine at 6 weeks. The country plans to introduce birth dose vaccinations nationwide by 2028, in line with global health recommendations. The trial, which planned to include 14,000 babies and was led by Danish researchers, was halted following public criticism. Now, former Health Minister Magda Robalo strongly opposed the project, saying the people of Guinea-Bissau are not guinea pigs. More than 12% of adults in the country are believed to have long-term hepatitis B, with some estimates suggesting the rate could be as high as 20%. Now we do move on from public health concerns. In Ghana say they plan to request the extradition of a Russian man who was accused of secretly recording sexual encounters with women and posting the videos online without their consent. Now, the suspect, described in media reports as a blogger and pickup artist, allegedly traveled to Ghana and filmed interactions with women without their knowledge. Now, some reports claim he used sunglasses fitted with a hidden camera, though officials have not confirmed this detail. Ghana's Technology Minister Samuel Natey George has invited the Russian ambassador for discussions seeking cooperation in the investigation. And on the other side, the Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Protection says early investigations suggest the suspect may have already left Ghana. However, officials stress that this does not reduce the seriousness of the alleged crime. Authorities say they will work with Interpol and other international partners to locate him if he does not return. And of course, Ghanaian courts may proceed with trial in his absence. Under Ghana's Cybersecurity Act 2020, sharing explicit images without consent can carry a prison sentence of up to 25 years. The case comes amid growing efforts in Ghana to combat online abuse, sexual extortion, and digital exploitation. Let's have a look at this.
The Cybersecurity Authority is one of the agencies under my ministry, and I'm sure leading up to the Christmas, you guys saw the clampdown we did on cybercrime and fraud and all of that. Part of what we do is also to deal with sextortion and child online protection. In this instance, I'm sure you're referencing the Russian gentleman who came into the country. yesterday I caused the ministry to send an invitation to the Russian ambassador. I intend to see him this week and have a conversation with him. We're taking a very strong view of it. The individuals involved are not minors. None of them is a minor. They're grown-up adults who made decisions. What the Cybersecurity Authority is interested in, and my ministry is interested in, is not in the moral judgment of the individuals. It's in the non-consensual sharing of the videos that were posted online. That is a crime. It's not a crime to be able to convince a man or a woman to go into your room with you in 6 minutes. That's not a crime by the law. That's a personal decision to make. But it is a crime to record a person without their consent. And apart from, and even when you record and keep it on your phone, and the person finds out and reports to us, we will prosecute you and you go to jail. That's the law of the land. Now, you don't just record it, but you go and post it on a website for financial gain. That gentleman will be looked for. We will activate every resource in our disposal, working with Interpol. The way we've worked with Interpol to extradite Ghanaians to other jurisdictions, we would request the Russian authorities, and that's why I've invited a Russian ambassador, to work with our law enforcement. We want the gentleman to come to Ghana, to be brought back to Ghana, extradited to Ghana, for him to face the rigors of our law. Ghanaian citizens, irrespective of their decision-making, will be protected by their government. The government of John Dramani Mahama will ensure that every citizen's rights are protected. And you cannot record a citizen without their consent and air that or post that online. That constitutes a crime under the Cyber Crime Offences Act, the Cyber Security Authority Act, CSA Act 1038 of Ghana, passed in 2020 by Parliament. So we will work on it. We're working on it. We'll be with my Lelu team at Cybersecurity is building a full docket. Whether we have the gentleman or not, I intend for us to file a full prosecution. We'll make a representation before the courts, try him in absentia, and get judgment if he fails to show up. But we will not let this go. I mean, my colleague Minister for Gender has issued a statement as well, because most of these victims were women. But we would pursue this to its legal conclusion and ensure that this never happens again. But once again, to our countrymen and women, we urge caution. We urge caution. I mean, we need to be minded about some of these things and careful. But on the legal parts, we will do our part.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
All right, now from cybercrime concerns in Ghana, we head to East Africa, obviously to Kenya, where Valentine's celebrations are taking a controversial financial twist. Now, in Kenya, central bank officials are warning citizens against damaging banknotes as money bouquets becoming increasingly popular, of course, on social media. Now, traditionally, Valentine's Day in Nairobi is marked by red roses, and Kenya is one of the world's largest producers of cut flowers. And the holiday brings significant business for florists. But recently, some people have begun giving bouquets made from folded and rolled banknotes instead of flowers. So now the central bank in Kenya and several other African countries have warned that gluing or stapling and taping notes together damages currency and can also interfere with ATM machines. In Kenya, damaging banknotes is a crime that can lead to up to 7 years in prison. Some bouquets contain modest amounts of money, while others reportedly include up to 1 million Kenyan shillings. Now, supporters say giving cash allows recipients to buy what they truly want. And of course, critics argue the trend replaces romance with materialism. So the debate has sparked lively reactions on social media, with some even joking about flower bouquets made from rolled chapati. Now to Southern Africa, of course, where police are investigating an unusual case involving a driver. And of course, before we do that, let's go to Malawi. Now, police in Malawi are searching for 9 suspects who allegedly attempted to smuggle charcoal using a hearse disguised as part of a funeral procession. So now forestry officers stopped the vehicle near Blantyre after a tip-off inside. They reportedly found an empty coffin placed on top of about 30 bags of charcoal with approximately $1,700. However, a manager from the funeral company told media that the driver had simply gone to show coffins to a family and purchased charcoal on the way back. So the suspects were briefly detained but later escaped, leaving the hearse behind. So illegal charcoal trading is a significant problem in Malawi, contributing to deforestation. Many households rely on charcoal for cooking due to electricity shortages and the rising fuel prices. If convicted, the suspects could face up to 5 years in prison or a fine. And finally, we turn to South Africa, where a tragic killing has sparked national outrage. In South Africa, 4 suspects are facing murder and robbery charges following the killing of a 22-year-old e-hailing driver, Isaac Salat. Now, Salat was attacked during a ride allegedly booked through a platform boat. Dashcam footage widely shared online shows a struggle inside the vehicle before the driver was strangled and robbed of his car and phone. 3 suspects appeared in court in Pretoria and chose not to apply for bail. A 4th suspect later handed himself over to police. Authorities say the ride was ordered using a phone number not registered in the suspect's name. So 2 suspects reportedly entered the vehicle while the others followed behind in another car. The stolen vehicle was later recovered. Satlat, a Nigerian national, was described by a family member as hardworking and dedicated, and officials say the attack was not linked to his nationality. The case has reignited concerns about the safety of e-hailing drivers in a country already struggling with high crime rates. The matter has been postponed until next week. All right, so those are some of the stories shaping Africa today. For in-depth